Hey there YouTube, it's Zweihorne, and this is Motherload, a free online game that I'll put a link in the description to where you can find it. The aspect ratio is a little screwed up, and just because this took me probably 15 or 20 minutes to record, I decided not to redo it. But if you notice here, this game is full of different things that you can do for your little mining guy. And the premise behind the story is you're a miner on Mars, and you can upgrade your drill, your hull, your inventory, your gas tank, and also your engine. And what you do is you mine different types of minerals, you come back up to the surface, you refuel, and you sell those minerals for cash, and then you can go ahead and upgrade your stuff. Now, you'll see that I have a bunch of things in here, and I have tons of money. I happen to have all the best upgrades that you can get, and I'm going on to beat the game. I've beat this game before, and it's kind of a surprise ending, so I won't spoil it for you. But what I do want to do is sort of give you an overall review of the game, and at the same time give you a strategy that you can do to collect a bunch of money and a bunch of minerals. So at the shop there, if you buy at least, I would say, 5 or 10 extra fuel tanks, as well as 5 or 10 nanobots to repair your ship, and as well as the $10,000 transporter. And what that'll do is you don't have to worry about coming back to the surface because you can just transport right back to the top. And what you're going to do is you can see here, just dig straight down and get to the lower depths as fast as you can. The main idea behind this strategy is to get as much Einsteinium and higher minerals that you can, and the more you can get of that, the better you're going to do. And I mean, you can make tons of money doing this and easily compensate for buying all those fuel tanks, the nanobots, and the matter transporter. And I think my record for this type of strategy is like $4 or $5 million in just one trip. So you can see here I'm getting about 2,500 feet, and I see that Martian skeleton, and also my first Einsteinium. This is about the area, about 2,500 to 3,000 feet, where you really start finding some cool stuff. And as you'll see here, I find a religious artifact which is worth $50,000, which that already pays for my trip down here, so everything else is just gravy. So now I'm at 3,300 feet, and this is where you really start running into a lot of Einsteinium, and also you start seeing some of the green diamonds, which you can see down there. I think those are called emeralds in this game. So those are pretty good, and you can see again I'm prioritizing getting the Einsteinium because that's the backbone of your cash. But the higher emeralds and the jewels and things, those get you quite a bit as well. So here I am, still digging, and one of the important things to remember is once you hit about 4,000 to 4,500 feet, you're going to start running into gas pockets. And if you don't have a really good hull, I would say that you need to, excuse me, if you don't have a really good hull, you need to really be wary of going too deep. And you see here what I'm doing is just deleting all of the lower minerals because they're just taking up too much space in my inventory, and I'm going to try to fill my inventory with everything that's above Einsteinium and above, because that's going to get you your best profit. So you want to be careful of those gas pockets because they can be very dangerous until you have one of the top 2 hulls, and it's gonna frustrate you really because each explosion can take half to 3/4 of your health if you have a lower hull, and that's going to take a couple of the nanobots, and you're just going to wonder if it's worth doing this strategy. But it really is worth it if you follow these rules and you have the right equipment. And this will help you, basically this helps you get the best upgrades the fastest that you can get them, and that's the important part. You want to be on the lookout after. Here you see there's another religious artifact, which is another $50,000. You want to be on the lookout for things like this: the religious artifacts, the dinosaur bones, the Martian skeleton. There's a treasure chest that's worth quite a bit of money. You want to be on the lookout for neat things like that. And I think if you have the paid edition of Motherload, there is actually different parts and different like special things that you can get basically, and certain they give you certain powers, but that's not in the free edition, so guess it's not going to affect very many people. There's a diamond, and diamonds give you quite a bit of money. And as you see here, I didn't just skip that ruby, but even though I have the highest powered engine, my cargo is too heavy, and because of that, I'm not able to fly up anymore. And once you get to this point, you really have to try to think laterally and just keep going down. And see there, like I was trying to move over to get to the left, but there's that big explosion like I was talking about. So I just got to keep going down, keep collecting. And really that's all you can do, is just keep going down and hoping that you're going to just find good stuff like that diamond. But again, there's a big explosion, and this diamond looking thing, I think it's called, I'm sure I'll see here in a second, and I don't know how to pronounce it, Amazite or Amazerite. Anyway, it's worth 500,000 a pop, so if you happen to see those, that's really good. If you take a look at the depth gauge, after 6,000 feet your depth gauge doesn't work anymore, so it's something you just got to deal with. Now, like I said, there is a surprise ending to this game, which I'll be revealing later, but not in this video, but in a different video, I should say. But in order to avoid that ending, if you know what I'm talking about, there is a warning that will pop up on your screen, and I believe it's right about here. Yeah, see, he tells you, hey, by the way, you're going too low. You're violating the terms of your contract. Get the H out of here. So here you are mining away, and you can just see that right now you're making tons and tons of money. And I thought about going through the lava there, but I restrained myself. Getting the diamonds. And it's ridiculous really, and that's why I advocate the deep runs that I'm doing here, because you just make so much cash by doing it. And you can see there my cargo bay is full. That's 100% over of Einsteinium and above. And it gets a little glitchy here because the game was loading. So here I am, I can barely even fly up. I have 46 Einsteinium, 36 emeralds, 21 rubies, 12 diamonds, and 5 Amazonite. Or Amazonite, whatever. But that ends up as a total of 4.3 million, $4,392,000, and that's good to buy you, I believe, 8 of the highest upgrades, because one of the highest upgrades is 500,000. So that run alone would have been able to upgrade you on everything. So I go ahead and just redo all of these, get them up really high, and I'm now preparing for my final run of the game, where I'm going to go ahead and beat it. But I think I'm going to do that in a different video. This is more just a review of the game to see if you would like it. Like I said, I'll put a review in a link to the game in the description. So thanks a lot, guys, and I will see you next time.